I mean, let's start with synthetic gas. You can use synthetic gas if you would buy it today. Not a problem. I mean, actually the ship and the engine, they don't even notice that it is synthetic gas. They just take the gas as it is. So technology challenge for the maritime industry, zero. But it is a challenge for those producing it. But that's not maritime. That's a different industry. That's, you could say, fuel production on land. They have a challenge. The maritime industry has no technology challenge to use synthetic fuels.
Okay.
On ammonia, that's different. Okay. On hydrogen, that's different.
Yeah.
And also battery systems. I mean, when you go to large battery systems, you have some challenges, but you know, these challenges are really small.
Yes, we are talking about business model, the price, try to decrease it and try to make it feasible. In that sense,
that's another thing. You asked about technology gaps. I will argue that technology gaps are really small. The gaps to make this a reality is not technology related. It is something different.
Or technology solutions cheaper. In that sense, maybe try to standardize this type of technologies to provide the solutions.
But look, I mean, let's take ammonia.
Okay.
And let's, for simplicity, take green ammonia. So let's generate it with renewable power and electrolysis. So you could say it's almost zero carbon. I mean, there's maybe a little carbon in the production, but very little. So it's zero carbon fuel. You don't have an ammonia engine today, but you will have it in a few years. You can put ammonia inside of an existing tank. Okay, you need to take care that ammonia is toxic. So you might want to have some additional sort of technology in place to avoid that anybody suffers from it, but it's very little. You need to make sure that you have a catalytic converter to capture the nitrogen oxides and also the nitrous oxide. So that might be the biggest challenge. Otherwise, I mean, this is technology that we have today and it can be implemented today. I mean, we as a class society, we have rules for it already today. Just launched. So I don't think it's an issue. But producing the fuel is expensive. So the fuel will be expensive, more expensive than what we have today. So it requires the right framework, the right business models, those kind of things. But that's not technology, and that's not something that we in Waterborne will really be solving. That's something that somebody else needs to solve.
Okay.
And this is something for the regulator to make sure that we have a level playing field. That's the only, and it is for our customers to demand that they want to have clean transport.
What is happening when we look back and see LNG? LNG broke the chicken and egg dilemma. The LNG was cheaper than the current fuel, but now the gap is lower, is tiny. In that sense, what are the main takeaways coming from LNG? What are the main experiences that can be applied to the new fuels, for example, ammonia, hydrogen, etc.? Because we are in the same situation. We are talking about the logistics side, try to decrease the cost of this fuel, not only for production, but also the logistic part, how to make it available in different parts to be bunkered to the ships. There is also some technologies behind for the engines to run with ammonia, etc., etc. If you compare the situation of LNG in the past and the expected fleet